From CBS News, Iran's top negotiator says country ready for war as peace talks inch along. And if that's all you read, you would have been lied to. And that's what the media does. They create these headlines and they don't count on you to read the headline because there's so much information coming at you. And then this is the takeaway you have, that Iran is somehow in a strong position as we conduct these peace talks. Because if you were to read further into the article, you would see the full quote here. We are pursuing dialogue, but if the dialogue is not implemented, we are also prepared for war and will respond accordingly, end quote. But remember, this is all you read. And so this is what happens. Everybody believes that everyone is lying to a degree. So everyone knows that the media lies and spins. Everybody knows that the administration lies and spins. Every administration does this. And everybody knows that the adversary, in this case Iran, lies and spins. But whenever there is actual discussion on what is currently happening, for some reason, a large segment of the American population only believes the media narrative against the current administration or the adversary. And yet when you peel the layers back on all the discussion and all the talking points, you find that largely, in most parts, the adversary and the media are lying to you more than the administration. For example, this article from the New York Times, after U.S.-Iran war, Oman said to propose Hormuz fee plan. And this is basically a 911 fee plan. That's what they proposed, and that's exactly what the foreign minister of Oman stated. They are proposing an idea that mirrors what is already in the Strait of Malacca and around Singapore, where they are considering with Iran how environmental protection, navigation services, and emergency responses can be improved and through the Strait. And this is their proposal, is that if you're going to use the Strait and you're going to rely on our services, you should probably pay for them or at least contribute. And that's actually not unreasonable. But then Iran comes out with this Persian Gulf Strait Authority, which is basically this purple route that ships are required to take because it's a protection racket where they pay, otherwise they will be attacked, is the premise of this. And yet no country has signed off on this, and almost no ship has paid it. Most ships have been taking Oman's corridor, which is free and clear and protected by U.S. forces. And on the occasion that Iran might attack a ship, the U.S. responds in kind with overwhelming force and firepower, destroying not only the origin of the attack, but also any supporting mechanism like communications and radar. And yet somehow the prevailing narrative still is that Iran, the weak and battered and incapable of actually attacking their enemy with any kind of degree of strength, is somehow in a strategic position of victory. Never mind the fact that this was their strength before the war. So you have ballistic missile strength at this number, and now it's estimated around this number. Missile launchers at this number, and now at this number. Their attack drones in the tens of thousands plus, now estimated to be only in a few thousand. Their air force is all but gone. Their navy is gone. And yet somehow everybody recognizes these battlefield victories, but still says Iran is in a strategic position of victory, which makes zero sense. And the reason why it makes zero sense is because you're choosing to believe the adversary, which can't even enforce their threats. And anytime they make the attempt, the sad attempt, the U.S. is there to stop them and then to beat them back even further than they were before. And then after you're shown that the IRGC can't really do anything and that we're getting out approximately 20 to 50 ships, you then turn to the media, and the media narrative, you're largely believing in just the headlines, because every time you read into the articles, you find the truth in them, but you don't take the time to read them. So you go ahead and believe your bias, your cognitive bias, and you sit in that, and then you call somebody like me biased when all I'm doing is literally telling you the truth. And so the truth of the matter is Iran was not a peaceful regional actor minding its own business. Prior to the war, Iran had developed a layered threat network around Israel with the attempt to crush them. They forced or applied pressure to U.S. forces. They intimidated their Gulf allies. They threatened energy security globally through the Strait of Hormuz with the capability of conducting a nuclear breakout if needed. Reasonable people can debate on whether the timing of this war was accurate or whether the strategy was sound, but you cannot ignore the existential threat that Iran posed not only to Israel, but the surrounding regions and arguably the world. The problem is that you have the Neville Chamberlains of the world, the careerists that gave us the JCPOA, telling those that are the Churchills of the world how that they could have done a better job, despite the fact that the JCPOA did nothing but get us to where we are now. Because they failed to provide a solution for this problem right here, when the only solution is destruction and capitulation, which is where the IRGC is right now. But you wouldn't know that because you would choose to believe words over actions, the weak over the strong, or the rhetoric over the evidence.